What is up, party people? We're going with the King Musa today. So this is actually a really good one. It's one of the better made cigars and one of my favorites. I try to get this one at least once a week. When I get my cigars, I usually grab various different ones just, so I'm not smoking the same cigar every day. But this is a really good one. So let's talk about Amp. So our boy Tyler, he was at Legends for Legends, and people have been posting what they found out, saying this is going on, this is what's happening. And one thing was interesting. Someone who attended mentioned that a lot of the people, first of all, there are a lot more people now, so it's starting to grow. It's becoming more popular, and this is good news because people are starting to take notice. But what was interesting was that the people in the crowd were accredited investors. So this is big because the US has regulations and certain things they won't sell, they won't offer to a regular investor. They want to make sure you're an accredited investor, you're able to handle risk, that you have the money and all that stuff. So these are people who have been vetted. And these are people who are looking at blockchain technologies, that are looking at payment solutions, and they see this as the future, as the next wave to come. And Tyler was at the event, so that means he's making connections. He's hooking up with the people that are there to make payments frictionless, to make payments the next move for mainstream America, mainstream the world as well. The world's already moving forward with it, but now we need to get the USA in on it too. And from what others have said, regulation was a key topic, and this is important because if you've been watching the channel, if you've been watching the legitimate projects that are working with regulators, a lot of them said that 80 to 90% of the projects out there will not meet regulatory requirements. So these companies that a lot of us will say, well, they were here first, they're taking advantage, they're moving along faster. They may be doing that, but once regulation kicks in, it's going to wipe out an entire industry. When we had the major, let's say you guys wanted to build a better car. How many of you guys can do it? One of the biggest hurdles you need to overcome first is going to be the regulatory hurdles. If you can't overcome that, you'll never be able to get a car. So what happens is regulations will allow a handful of companies to move forward and wipe out the rest of the competition. So these companies, like Ampera, like Flex and Network, Consensus, Circle, are working with regulators. They're working with politicians because they know once this takes in effect, because it's at a point where Congress knows they can't stop it. They may be able to delay it, but they cannot stop the technology. Latin America's going forward with it. Asia's going forward with it. Africa's going forward with it. Europe is going forward with it. Eventually, it's going to force the U.S. hands to say, hey, we can't delay anymore. We have to adopt the technology. So, I like what's coming from Ampera. I like the way they are doing things. I like the way Flexer's doing things. And the price action may not be what people like. But again, we are in a bear market. The whole market is a bear market. The only people that are doing well are people who get into these rug pulls. They got in early, got out early enough. So a lot of these meme coins, I remember, what was it, a month ago, there was that frog meme coin. Now people are crying. I remember a couple of years ago, Saitama was the big thing, and now look, where are those people now? So I like where Ampera is moving. Until next time, guys, peace out.